We turn now to a man who made a meteoric rise in the world of marketing and says he helped create those Flamin Hot Cheetos that so many of us love. Richard Montanez, author of Flamin Hot, the incredible true story of one man's rise from janitor to top executive, joins us tonight. Mr. Montanez, thank you very much for your time. Your story's been described as the embodiment of the American dream, the child of immigrant farm workers. You dropped out of school in the 6th grade. When you started your career at Frito-Lay, you said the only job you could get was a janitor. How did you go from there to becoming the first Mexican-American to be promoted to an executive role at PepsiCo?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. This in itself is a dream. As you stated, I started off in a migrant farm workers camp, which was more like a community. And, I had every small job you can think of. I worked at a car wash, gardener, and then my neighbors said that they were working at Frito-Lay. Applied, got hired as a janitor, and we got a new CEO. His name was Roger Enrico, very charismatic. Later became such a good friend of mine, just a great guy, became my mentor. And he sent out a video, and the video was very inspirational. Now, keep in mind, this is during when corporate America was a command and control. I didn't hire you to think, I hired you to do what I tell you to do. So he was one of the first CEOs to introduce empowerment. So I saw that video and he said, act like an owner. And I've got to tell you, it just got a hold of me. I went home and I told my wife, I said, hey, the new CEO said, act like an owner. And my wife, Judy, said, well, go out and act like an owner. I was just totally inspired by his statement. And I love to tell that story because I want people to understand that many times opportunities will come your way. It's your choice on how you receive them, because everyone around me was saying, Richard, he's not talking to us. He's that's just corporate stuff. But for me, it's like, you know what, this is my one break. And I went from there. I took it from there.
You can't argue with your results, and your rise has been universally celebrated. We do have to address at least some controversy lately. The LA Times have published an investigation into the accuracy of your account, that they concluded you weren't solely responsible for the invention of Flamin Hot Cheetos. We reached out to PepsiCo, and they said that they wanted to clarify some comments that they felt were misconstrued. And they said, quote, we attribute the launch and success of Flamin Hot Cheetos and other products to several people who worked at PepsiCo, including Richard Montanez. And they wrote that there were different work streams tackling the same product without interacting, that they can't draw a clear link between your contribution and that of others. So given what's been written about all of this, what is your response? I know you stand by your claim that you came up with the idea.
Yes. First of all, I didn't read that article, but I know that article created a lot of confusion for Hot Cheeto fans all over the world. It certainly created confusion for Frito-Lay and PepsiCo. When PepsiCo released the last statement, I was feeling good about it, because I don't know what was going on the other side of the country, because you have to understand my position. I was still on the clock. I wasn't a manager. I wasn't an executive. Nobody told me to go do this. Nobody said, this is your assignment. This is your job. I just took it as the CEO's empowered statement to act like an owner. So everything I did, we did it in my kitchen. And I have to remind people, the people that are speaking against the story, they weren't in the kitchen with me. And I cannot and I will not ever allow anyone to dictate to me what I did or what I didn't do. So I was satisfied with what PepsiCo said. I appreciate the company. I was there 42 years, so I learned an awful lot of stuff there. So very thankful for them, trying to, clarify everything.
Mm-hmm. And even beyond the creation, your career was more than the creation of Flamin Hot Cheetos. To be clear, you made it all the way up to marketing executive, to the point that now your life story is the subject of a movie being directed by Eva Longoria. Coming from where you came from, what impact would this story have had on you as a young person growing up in your circumstances to see somebody make it up as high as you did?
I think it's first of all, it's unbelievable that a movie's being made about yours truly. But I think, had I would have, heard something like that, because, keep in mind, when I grew up, I was a child during the civil rights movement of the 60s. So there wasn't a whole lot of individuals that looked like me, talked like me, and act like me. So that's the one thing that I'm excited about, that I really believe that my book and my story, it's first of all, it's the American dream. I'm an American. I love this country. I think there's opportunity for everyone. I also believe that my story is a story of unity. And I believe if you look at, what I wrote, and when you see the movie, it's about a brown man working with a white male, the CEO and other executives. And my mentor was an African-American named Julius C. McGee. So you have two men of color working with a white man to, bring everybody together, unity, and to help change Frito-Lay. So that's what the story's all about. How does a white male from the highest level come down to the lowest level and work with a Mexican to do these things? So that's the inspiration in it. And I hope that other leaders will see that, you know what, you can do the same thing. You have a janitor waiting to bust out. You have a janitor that probably has $1 billion idea. Your job is to let him loose.
We just this week lost a photographer here at ABC News who started in the mailroom in our company and climbed his way up in the same fashion that you did. And those words ring through here as well. Richard Montanez, we thank you for your time. Flamin' Hot, the incredible true story of one man's rise from janitor to top executive, is available wherever books are sold. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.